Well, here we are, ready for race day number 2. Um, I'm super looking forward to this. Made some improvements last time. I'm 100% confident I'm going to make some improvements this time. I've got a few new things, a few new tricks up my sleeve, and let's see what we can do to make a difference. Sounds like something that might be interesting to you. Stick around. The first things first, I'm going to be taking away the excuse of my crap tires. I just got these. They're Mickey Thompson ET Street R's. They're stretched over a 15 by 10 wheel. So I'm going to have, I was running 15 by 8 wheels and Nitto drag radials before. I always complained. I always blamed all my problems on that. I'm sure not all my problems were that, but cautiously optimistic. This is going to make a humongous difference, and I should be able to leave the line way harder and 60 foot way stronger, and everything's just going to be able to go better from there. Once I get my 60 foot sorted out, I'm going to be able to work on things going down track. So there's going to be nothing but benefits to these. These I got actually really lucky when I picked up. They're the old school classic centerline auto drags. They were at one time they were polished, and you can tell they weren't originally polished because you can no longer see the centerline writing in there. Somebody actually sanded the heck out of them and made them real nice and shiny. But you know what? It doesn't matter. They've got the perfect backspace for my car, and these are gonna really. This is gonna really bring things along for me. Now, tire pressure is another thing. Basically, everything that I've known is probably out the window because number one, I got fresh tires. Number two, I got way better tires. But at least the beauty of the Mickey Thompson is there's a lot more information out there because people actually use them to race. They don't just whatever you do with Nitto tires because it shouldn't be racing. Let me tell you that. But anyway, I'm gonna probably start at 20 pounds. The Mickey Thompson information suggested, 15 to 18 was probably where I would want to be. But you know what? I'm going to start a little high, and we'll go from there. Um, the thing is, if I can't make these freaking things stick, there's people doing like 7 seconds on the ET streets. So it's certainly not tire that's going to be my problem from now on, so I'm going to have to quit whining about that. But anyway, that's just going to be another tuning variable that I'm going to have to figure out. Really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to some improvement, and we're going to see what happens. Now the next thing is my timing. I'm always dicking around with my timing. I'm really struggling. I put the MSD white timing tape on my balancer in order to try and make it easier to read, but it reflects so badly. I really struggle to really be able to finally understand where my timing is. But I'm not going to fix that for this weekend, but I've got it set so where I'm basically 22 initial, 32 total, and that's going to be where I start. I was actually, when I got back from the track, I double checked my timing, and somehow maybe when I was tightening up the distributor or whatever, something slipped, and I was at about 38 total. Everything that I've ever had to do with small block Mopar, especially with the iron cylinder heads like this engine's got, they don't like that much timing. So I'm thinking the timing at 32 is going to be a great place to start. Now, if I can get my 60 foot sorted out somewhat, I will start screwing around with things down track, and timing will be a big one. So I'm really, really hoping there's going to be some kind of an improvement there too. Now you're only going to be able to see that real well on a big screen, I fear. But You can really see in that little slowed down video that my front end was lifting pretty decently, but my rear end wasn't separating hardly at all, if at all. And I do believe I maybe, I got new 9-way adjustable Calvert shocks on this thing, and I had lots of people tell me that I don't go with the single adjustables, go with the double adjustables or nothing. But I'll be honest with you, double adjustables were not in my budget for this year. They might be a thing in the future, but for now, I had them set pretty tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them back down. They've got 9 positions. I started on 6 and I cranked them up to 9. And I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to start them at like 3, which is supposed to be a softer setting. So ideally it'll be softer in both directions, which I believe is the way they work. And I'm thinking maybe that's going to help me with my separation, because even with my old screwed up crap shocks that I had before, I got better separation than I did with this. So I think I just maybe screwed up on my initial place to start. Now the Calvert directions suggested to start them at 6 where I had them, but they also, I believe, intend them to go along with their split monoleafs and their Caltrack and all that kind of crap. So I'm just using the good old Mopar Performance 3,200 pound super stock springs, 002, 003s. So that, you know what, maybe that might be out the window. Maybe I just have to figure it out on my own. But that's another thing I'm going to do, is definitely soften up those shocks. Next thing is this girl right here. It was running pig rich. It was running pig rich cruising down the highway, and it was running pig rich at wide open throttle. So I really didn't know where to go. I was at about 11.5 to 1 on my AFR gauge on the highway, and I was about 10.5 to 1 wide open throttle going down the track. So I knew I had to make a fairly decent swing to make the changes that I needed. So I went 3 jet sizes smaller on the front and 3 jet sizes smaller on the back. We'll just see how that works out. I haven't even got a chance to cruise the thing since I made the change. But I mean, we're gonna do what we're gonna do. We're gonna take it out, and it's no big deal. I've got this thing set up so that it's really easy to pop the carb off at the track and just change jets on the tailgate. So if we need to make a change out at the track, that's what we're gonna do. Now, another thing that I've noticed over the little bit of time that I've been racing is there's definitely a bit of an improvement in mile an hour when I pop my air cleaner off. And normally I race with no air cleaner. Whatever, I was just excited to be at the track, and just, I don't know what my problem was. I was kind of chaffed about the problem with my traction still being there after adding the shocks and all that crap. But anyway, it is what it is. So anyway, I will, as soon as I get to the track, I'll pop my air cleaner off, and that's one thing that I'll do. Now, I'm still torn. I have my adjustable pinion snubber still on the car. It's as low as it can go, and from what everybody that I talk to about it is suggesting to me, the way this car leaves fairly hard, and it's got a low geared transmission, low geared differential. People are saying that I should have it pretty much up against the floor of the car, like you would set it for a 4-speed car. Now, whether that's correct or not, I mean, with my old tires, I didn't notice a difference whether it was there or not, so it didn't really matter. But those tires, they were almost like freaking running around on a friggin' skating rink. So anyway, we won't even worry about that. That's another tuning variable that I have as an option. I might screw around with that this weekend. I might not. I don't know. It just, everything depends on how things are going. if I can get it to 60 foot somewhat, I may just keep trying to shave that number down. Or, you know, if I can get it to I don't know, pick a number, 1.8 or whatever, 60 foot, then that's going to be a horrendous difference for me, because I've never done a sub 2 second 60 foot, which is super sick for, you know, the amount of gearing and the amount of power that my car has. And it's not that heavy. It's probably only like 3,200 pounds, but I do have to weigh it to get a definite weight on it. Anyway, that's going to be another thing that I can dick around with this weekend if I want to. But if not, I really don't think, like in the low position, I really don't think it's having any effect on the car at all. And who knows whether it's going to have an effect with it raised up or not, I guess remains to be seen. So that's it. I guess if that doesn't make me ready, nothing's gonna, because my daughter's coming on, I think, 10 days in a row. She's got ball games, and I go out to all of her games to cheer her on and help out as much as I can. So that's about as much getting ready as I'm going to get ready. And wish me luck. I'll be sharing a bit of video and a bit of information on how I do on my next trip out. So if that sounds like it might be interesting to you, think about subscribing to the channel. You'll get a notification when I put up my next little bit of crap on YouTube. So thanks for watching.